Collecting a stool specimen. So we first identify ourselves by name. We gotta wash our hands, explain procedure to residents, speak clearly and slowly and directly. Provide for residents privacy, so a curtain or a door or screen. Put on gloves. Fit hat to toilet or commode, or provide resident with bedpan. When the resident is ready to move bowels, ask him not to urinate at the same time and to not put toilet paper in the sample. Provide a plastic bag to discard toilet paper separately. Place toilet paper and wipes within resident's reach. Ask the resident to clean his hands when with a hand wipe when finished if he is able to. Ask the resident to signal when he is finished with the bowel movement. Make sure call light is in with reach. Remove and discard gloves. Wash your hands. Leave the room and close the door. When called by the resident, return and wash your hands and put on clean gloves. Give primary care if help is needed. Using the 2 tongue blades. Take about 2 tablespoons of stool and put it in the container. Without touching the inside of the container, cover it lightly. Apply label and place specimen in a clean biohazard specimen bag. Wrap the tongue blades into toilet paper and place them in the plastic bag with the used toilet paper. Discard bag in the proper container. Turn the faucet on with a paper towel. Rinse the bedpan with cold water and empty it into the toilet paper. Flush the toilet. Place bedpan in area for cleaning or clean and store it in according to policy. Remove gloves and wash your hands. Make resident comfortable. Return bed to the lowest position. Remove privacy measures. Leave call-out within resident's reach and wash your hands. And that is how you collect a stool specimen. When admitting, transferring, or discharging resident, so when you admit a resident, you gotta make sure that before they get there to the facility, you gotta make sure that their bed is nice and made, and that they have a place to have their clothes in, like a dresser, and so you gotta make sure that before they get there, they have that stuff made, and when they get there, you gotta make sure that you have all their information, you have all their clothing, and gotta make sure that you get any materials that the resident needs that they don't have, like a toothpaste, toothbrush, or any shaving cream, or anything that they need. You gotta make sure that you go get it for them. And when they're transferring to like a different room, you gotta make sure that you have all their belongings with them, and because you're not gonna be the only one with just transferring, to have other staff members there with you. So you guys all gotta make sure that the resident has all of their belongings with them, and when they get there to the room, you gotta make sure that you put the belongings where they're supposed to be at. And discharging a resident, so you gotta make sure that they also have all their belongings with them, so when they leave, they don't leave anything behind. You gotta make sure that they're nice and cleaned up, ready to go home. But you gotta make sure that the resident always has their belongings with them. Applying a typical non-prescription ointment. So usually those are just ointments that are any resident can use. Well, if your charge nurse lets you. So my charge nurse, she is very nice, and she always leaves the medicine cabinets open, the ones where it's just like the ointments and stuff like that. She always leaves that open for me so I could go and get for my residents. So usually she tells me to use what to use for certain residents, and she tells me to use these small little cups, and she tells me to get those sticks that you use for to look at back of your throat. They're like these hard wooden sticks. So usually just tell me to get a scoop of that, put it in there, and then sometimes she tells me to mix different ointments, and is the other ointment that she wants me to mix it in. It's like a vitamin A and vitamin E. I'm not sure, but I think it's like a vitamin A ointment, and it just helps with the process of closing up like the sore, or if they have any rashes. It just helps it not to be itchy. But before I use anything, I always make sure that I know what I'm using, and that my charge nurse knows that I'm using these things for these certain residents.